So, today we're going to unlock a fundamental secret of finance. It's a principle that I promise will change how you look at every single dollar you ever touch. It's this simple but incredibly powerful idea that money has a hidden dimension, and that dimension is time.
Okay, let me ask you something right off the bat. Which one would you choose? A crisp $100 bill in your hand right now, or a promise for $105, but you have to wait a whole year to get it? And you know what? Your gut reaction, whatever it is, gets right to the very heart of what we're talking about today. So here's our game plan. First, we're going to see why a dollar today is so special. Then, we'll look at the price of money itself. After that, we'll uncover the absolute superpower of compounding, learn how to compare money across time, and finally, we'll decode what those interest rates you see everywhere really mean.
All right, let's dive into our first big idea here and get right to the core of it all, the time value of money.
So the answer to that question I asked you, it's all about this one big idea. See, $100 today is almost always worth more than $100 a year from now. And why is that? It's because the money you have right now isn't just sitting there. It has this incredible potential to, well, to earn more money. It can be put to work.
Think of it like this. Money kind of has two superpowers. You've got its purchasing power, which is pretty obvious. That's what you can buy with it. But the real secret sauce, the thing we're really focusing on, is its earning power. That's its ability to go out and generate more money, all by itself. It's the engine behind this entire concept.
Okay, so how exactly does money flex this earning power? Well, it all comes down to one word, interest. Let's break down what that really means.
And I love this way of thinking about it. It's so simple. Interest is just rent on money. That's it. Just like you pay rent to live in an apartment for a month, you pay interest to borrow or use someone else's money for a period of time. It's really that straightforward.
And anytime you're dealing with this rent, there are a few key pieces to the puzzle. This diagram right here lays them all out perfectly for us.
So let's just break this down real quick. First, you've got the principal. That's your starting cash, the initial amount. Then there's the interest rate, which is the price of the rent as a percentage. The interest period is just how often that rent gets calculated. Is it yearly, monthly, daily? Next, the specified length of time is the total time for the loan or investment. And all of that comes together to give you the future amount, the grand total at the very end.
Okay, this is where things get really interesting. How is this rent actually calculated? Because a tiny little difference in the method here can lead to a huge difference in the outcome down the road.
With simple interest, the rent is only ever calculated based on that first chunk of money you put in. That's it. It's predictable, but it's limited. But compound interest? Oh, that's where the magic really is. You're earning interest on your original money and on the interest you've already made. It creates this incredible snowball effect.
Let's put some numbers to this. Say you invest $1,000 at a 10% compound interest rate. After year one, easy peasy, you've earned $100 in interest. Your new total is $1,100.
But this is the moment everything changes. In year two, you're not getting 10% of $1,000 anymore. Nope. You're getting 10% of $1,100. Your money is now making its own money, and that's how you get to $1,210. That little extra $10 is your interest earning interest. That's the whole game.
And check this out. Here's a cool little mental shortcut you can use to really feel the power of compounding. It's called the rule of 72. Just take the number 72 and divide it by your interest rate. The answer is a pretty darn good estimate of how many years it'll take for your money to double. It's a super quick way to visualize your financial future.
So, okay, this brings up a tricky question, right? If the value of money is always changing because of interest, how can we possibly compare different amounts of money at different points in time? How do we compare apples to apples?
The answer is this idea called economic equivalence. It's basically a way of saying that as long as we know the interest rate, we can figure out exactly what a future amount of money is worth today or what today's money will be worth in the future. It lets us make fair comparisons across time. And this example just makes it crystal clear. If you know you can earn 6% interest on your money, then having $100 in your hand today is, economically speaking, the exact same thing as being promised $106 a year from now. One simply turns into the other. They're equivalent. All right, let's bring this all home with our last section. We're going to look at something you've for sure seen in the real world, maybe on a credit card statement or a car loan, but maybe you haven't totally thought about what it means.
You've seen it, right? An 18% interest rate. But then there's that fine print that says compounded monthly. So, what do you think? After a full year, are you really paying just 18% in interest? The answer might surprise you. It's a big no.
And this is because there are two different rates you need to know about. The nominal rate, that's your APR, the big number they advertise. Think of it as the sticker price. But the effective rate, that's the real price you pay after all that compounding is factored in, month after month. It's the true rate, and it's almost always higher.
This chart just lays it all out. Let's say you have a 9% nominal rate. If it's compounded just once a year, well, the effective rate is 9%. No surprise. But start compounding it more often, say, every quarter. Now you're actually paying 9.31%. And if it's compounded monthly, you're up to 9.38%. That compounding adds up.
So here's the bottom line, and it's a big one. The more often your interest gets compounded within a year, the higher the real rate you're paying or earning. That frequency matters a lot. And that, right there, brings everything we've talked about together. Once you understand the time value of money, the magic of compounding, and the difference between what's advertised and what's real, you can finally see the true economic effect of any financial decision. You can actually compare different options and know what they're really worth.
So what have we learned? We've seen that money is alive, It's not just a static number on a page, it's dynamic. It has the power to grow, to multiply, all thanks to these principles of interest. So I'll leave you with this final thought. It's not just a hypothetical question, it's for you. Now that you know the secret of how money really grows, what are you going to do about it?